29 games down, 1 to go as the Temple Owls close out the 2025-26 regular season at home against the Florida Atlantic Owls. As the American Conference tournament approaches, both teams are looking to march into the tournament on a high note. Temple coming off an 82-36 defeat at the hands of South Florida, while FAU snapped their 3-game losing streak with a win over Tulane. I am Jay Johnson, joined with Troy Arslan. And Troy, this women's Temple team has been up, down, all over the place this season, but here we are, the precipice of the season, game 30. What are you looking for this Temple team today?
So, I mean, Temple, they're going to have to put in the work in the paint today. It's going to be Sanaya Craig. It's going to be Jaleesa Molina, because FAU is a big team. You look at their guards, 5'11", 6 foot, 6'3" on the smaller side, but another 6-footer at guard. And then, of course, Vivian Anua, the 6'2" forward. So it's going to be a lot of struggle in the paint for Temple, as they have been struggling with height. Their guards are quite small. So the mid-range is where the guards for Temple, Tristan Taylor in particular, is going to have to thrive. Because she's not going to be able to get into the paint very much today, as the competition is much bigger. And now for Temple's defensive side, it's going to be a struggle as well. But I mean, these two teams, FAU is not much better than Temple is. This is a very even matchup, I have to say. So Temple just needs to go out and execute. It's going to be on the boards where they need to thrive, especially offensively, and limiting the second chance points for FAU.
Yep, and like you mentioned, Temple, FAU in the same boat right now, both 7-10 on the year. One of these teams is going to go up to 8-10. The other one's going to drop down to 7-11. But both teams locked into that 7-8 seed, even with some sort of movement. It would only be about a game or so, so you're still going to be playing similar competition. Right now, Temple will be playing Tulane. If the conference were to start today, with a loss, they would potentially only be playing Charlotte. So only, again, that one position difference here at stake for both of these teams. Not really going to be able to go up in the standings, as Temple does not have the tiebreaker over UTSA. Like you mentioned, it's going to be a very interesting matchup here for Temple, both offensively and defensively. I imagine a lot of zone. We're going to try and force this FAU team to shoot the ball, but 5 minutes before we tip off the final game of this regular season for the Temple women's team, we will see you then right here on WHIP Sports Radio. We are just about to tip this one off here in the Liacouras Center. Game 30 out of 30. Right here, Temple, Florida Atlantic. A couple days before the AAC tournament tips off. FAU in all red, Temple in all white. Usual suspects for Temple starters: Kayla Turner, Savannah Curry, Tristan Taylor, Jaleesa Molina, and Sanaya Craig as the ball's up and won by Temple. Tristan Taylor will control. FAU, Temple both locked into that 7 and 8 seed going into the tournament. Let's see if there's going to be any movement as Tristan Taylor dribble penetration, pulls it back out, finds Kayla Turner on the wing, going right to left. Kayla Turner up to the rim, scoop layups, no good. Rebound battled by Molina, then collected by Turner. Turner back out to Curry. Curry gets that ball down low. It's tipped away and out and running is FAU. Deep pass down the lane, shot up, no good. Battle down again. Collected there by Aaron Rodgers. FAU's one of their many guards, and easy layup to get the scoring started.
Guards, I don't know if you could say guards, but they're listed as guards. They're quite tall.
We're gonna have to bring wings into the college basketball at some point as that ball is poked away, but collected again by Sanaya Curry as Temple controls. Down to Savannah Curry wearing that face mask. Back down to Sanaya Craig. Craig cannot get the little layup to go, but Jaleesa Molina back on the boards, and she is gonna be called for a double dribble.
Sanaya Craig had a great mismatch right there. She was ready to body down low. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to get that one to go.
We're going to get starters for FAU out as there is Grace Carstensen, Jess Moores, Inavi Plata, Aaron Rodgers, not the football player, and Vivian Anua down low as the big for FAU as Rodgers gets under the rim there, decides to pull it back out, shot up and good. Little mid-range pull-up to go up 4-0 FAU. Tristan Taylor back at the controls for Temple. Gonna get a screen. Nope, it's a go screen. Instead, pull up 3 for Tristan Taylor. Rims off. Rebound collected by Anua. Back out to Plata. Plata being guarded by Turner. Turner in her pockets if she had any. Gets that back down to Anua. Anua trying to take Sanaya Craig to work. Instead, gets declined. Back out is Rodgers. Rodgers being guarded by Molina. Gets into the mid-range there. Wow, good pass, but it's going to be broken up by Tristan Taylor. Thought they had a cut in Carstensen, but instead no.
Down 4, but great defense right now for Temple.
Yes, great defense indeed as Turner gets that ball back out to Sanaya Craig. Craig's going to do a little Euro step layup, no good. Rebound again, guess who it is, Troy?
Jaleesa.
Molina for 3. Cannot get that one to go, but Sanaya Craig tried to get the rebound, looks for the ref, but will not get a foul as Grace Carstensen for FAU is back in control, picks up her dribble. Gets that ball. Sorry, I was wrong. That was Moores. Moores now back with the ball. Moores being guarded by Curry. Dribble penetration, and they're going to be called for an offensive foul there. Will be Temple basketball. Foul on Rodgers. Right now, Temple on a little bit of a scoring drought, has not found the bottom of the net yet. 4-0 FAU. Rodgers is the only one to score so far, 2 for 2 on the day to get the scoring started here. As Micaiah Simmons will check into the game for Carstensen. Taylor gets the ball to Curry. Curry up to the top of the key to Molina. Molina back around to Taylor. Taylor with a entry-level pass to Craig. Using that pivot foot to her advantage. Shot up, no good. Another rebound here. Simmons, wow, baseball pass down the lane. It's going to be blocked by Sanaya Craig.
Now Sanaya Craig is seeming to be like the big factor in this game on the offensive end and on the defensive end. They're doing a good job getting Craig the ball on the offensive side down low, but she's just not able to finish at the rim. But on the defensive side, you're really seeing her kind of give some trouble for Anua.
Yep, and that's what you want to see. You want to see good paint defense here by this Temple team after that big loss they suffered on Tuesday. Layup up and no good there as we have a couple substitutions. As I said, Simmons is in the game. Haley Walker has joined the game for FAU as well. Tristan Taylor back at the controls. Going left to right, gets the ball to Turner. Turner back to Sanaya Craig. Craig to Curry. Curry to Molina. They're playing a little bit of ring on the rosy here with the basketball. Gets it right back down low to Sanaya Craig. Let's see if third time's a charm. Really good step through there, and that's how you get the scoring started by Sanaya Craig.
Beautiful ball movement, fantastic work down low in the paint for Sanaya Craig.
And there it is, Savannah Curry. She's been playing cornerback all season, and she gets a little inbound steal there, and we have a knotted up 4-4 game, Temple versus FAU. Here we go, Haley Walker is in the game now, being guarded by Sanaya Craig, gets the ball down low, kicks it back out. Back out again to Walker. Walker for three, good. Haley Walker checks in and gets the three-point game going here for FAU.
They respond with some nice ball movement as well.
Yeah, ball movement has been the name of the game so far as Kayla Turner gets us another deep post up here by Sanaya Craig. Little spin move there, back out to Jaleesa Molina just inside the three-point line. She kicks it out to Sanaya Curry, but it's going to be called for a charge. Jaleesa Molina just a little out of control and just cannot slow herself down as she knocks over Micaiah Simmons.
Would have been a really, really nice pass. Tried to go for the no look, but Molina a little out of control, like you said.
And Coach Diane Richardson is going to put some shooting on the floor with Valicia Jacobs in the game. Not Drew Alexander yet. And FAU will control here. Dribble penetration here. That's Carstensen back in the game now. Gets that to Walker. Walker being guarded by Jacobs. Shot up, no good. Wild layup, just could not get that one up to the rim, and it will be collected by Jacobs. Now Turner in control. Turner to Jacobs. Jacobs down to Molina. That's how you play basketball right there.
Fantastic find. This is what we're going to be seeing a whole lot of today.
Yeah, you have to move that defense, and that's exactly what Temple does as FAU will get it up quickly. Corner look here. That's Gewurz. No good. Corner three could not fall there for FAU. Turner gets the ball now in the half court, gets it right back down to Molina. Ball's batted around, now collected by Taylor. Taylor back to Jacobs. Jacobs to Curry. Curry steps into a mid-range shot, up, good. Savannah Curry doing it all. Defense, offense, and if we had a football, special teams.
And we thought point paints were going to be hard to come by, but Temple now leading at 6 of their 8 coming from down low.
Yeah, and again, establishing that paint, that's exactly what we want to do. Get that first look into the paint and then back out as that first shot up by Micaiah Simmons is no good. Collected by Savannah Curry. They're going to try and run this break here. Kayla Turner, she has speed. She'll get up to the rim. No good, but is fouled. Kayla Turner is always looking to run. She got a chance to do it there. Just could not get the layup, but did get fouled on the shot. 8-7 here. Temple up 1, 4:26 left in this first quarter. We hit our first media timeout of the game. We will be right back after this short break. Welcome back in as Temple leads FAU 8-7, 4:26 left in this first quarter. I'm Jay Johnson, joined with Troy Arslan. Troy, what have you liked so far from both teams, Temple and FAU, to get this game started?
I mean, I gotta say, you mentioned it, it's the pace. Everything's been going really quick in the transition, and the passing has been fantastic for both teams. And like we saw as Kayla Turner goes to the line right now, she was going quick on that transition. That's what she's going to need to do, as it's going to be hard for her to move fast in the half-court offense. So she needs to keep up her pace.
Yep, you're 100% right, as Kayla Turner goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. 9-7 game here, 4:21 left in this first quarter. As we have a couple subs here, Destiny Jackson's in the game now, and she's at the controls here. Anua's back in the game as well. Little pick and roll action. Kicks it around. Rogers back in the game as well, being guarded by Turner. Rogers trying to go to work here. Little post fade away, can't get it to go. Good move, just couldn't get the finish here. Taylor now in transition. She's trying to go fast as well, but FAU did a good job getting back. Ghost screen there, won't use it. Here goes Turner. Turner try to get a scoop layup to the rim, and it's good.
No, I said it was going to be difficult for her to go quick in this half-court offense, and she just proves me wrong right away.
Yeah, just like she's weaving through trees there, trying to find any way to get to that rim, and there she goes. 11-7 or 7-11 if you're hungry, right here in Liacouras Center. That ball's down to Plata, gets it down to Anua, but it's going to be thrown away. Anua could not get the arm onto it, and it will be Temple baseline inbound here.
Game started with a 4-0 run for FAU. Now it's 7-0 for Temple.
Yep, last 2 minutes. Temple has looked good offensively and defensively. Tristan Taylor back at the controls here, being guarded by Plata. Gets that ball to Turner. Turner at the wing. Gets that ball right up top to the key to Molina. Molina now with Sedano in the game. Sedano, oh my goodness, all the way to the rim.
FAU is going to have to make a change, doing something different defensively, because they're abusing that left side of the lane.
Yeah, they're just moving bodies here and opening up whatever side of the lane they want. Wow, good move by Jackson. Just cannot get the layup to fall, but was fouled. Sedano saying, hey, I was straight up, but they're going to get her for a little bit of the contact there. Want to go back as Jess Morris checks into the game for Aaron Rodgers. I want to go back to that the previous, we'll just use normal words, the previous Temple possession. Just very good dribble penetration here so far. They use a couple ghost screens, and then they just go to the rim, and FAU's got to get someone low to protect that rim. As that first shot is up and good for Jackson.
Looking at that previous play, I don't know, a little bit questionable. I think the hands were
good.
Hands may have been good, but I'm not a referee and I'm kind of far up, so you don't got to listen to me.
Yeah, you know, well, the judge they gave their ruling. They said that Sedano was guilty, and it's going to be 2 shots that Jackson knocked down, and then will be rewarded with a beverage and a seat over on the bench.
I guess ball doesn't lie.
Ball does not lie. As Moores and Carstensen are back in, the 1 and 2 here, or 3 or 4, however you want to look at it. As Sedano's back in control, she gets that ball out to Taylor. Taylor, wing 3 is rims off. Rebound collected by Anua, and then back to Moores. Moores pushing pace, being guarded by Turner. Moores trying to find any type of daylight, can't. He's going to get that ball to Anua. Anua back out to Carstensen. Carstensen being doubled instead. It's going to just be Molina. Taylor, they're going to switch off. Plata being guarded by Molina, blocked by Molina. Rebound collected by her, and now Sedano going the other way.
Interesting decision for Plata to drive on that.
Yeah, that's about 5-4 on 6-3, and it was just the result you would expect as Jacobs gets fouled down low.
Just as Richard Sherman once said.
Yeah, just an interesting decision there. I mean, you had the switch that you thought, right? You think the smaller, faster person would be able to get past the taller defender, but instead Molina shuffles the feet, gets the hand up, and sends it right back to her. As we will get a substitution. Mead's gonna come in. Still waiting to see. There's 6 players on the court now for Temple. Mead's in for Turner. Craig will come in for Molina as Jacobs gets ready to shoot these 2 free throws. Jacobs, 61% on the year as his first shot's up and good. Felicia Jacobs only 2 points last time out in what was just a brutal game for the Temple Owls, and they're looking to get right back on track here as the second shot's up and good. 15-9 here for Temple, 2 minutes left in this first quarter as Plata brings this ball up, being guarded by Mead. Gets the ball to Carstensen, little give and go, right back to Carstensen. Carstensen looking, get back out to Plata, deep penetration. Anua has the smaller Mead on her, but she'll be fouled as Sanaya Craig came over to help. Just not a good spot for Mead to be in down low, trying to guard the much bigger Anua, and it'll be 2 shots for her.
I kind of like that setup for the defense. Kind of Mead going in for the first initial coverage and then Sanaya going in for the help. I thought that could have worked out a little bit better. Just a little too strong on the defense for Craig.
Yeah, wow, Anua, someone needs to close that door. Almost airballed the free throw. It did touch rim, but first one is off.
I know we got the wind tunnel over at Morgan, but this is a closed arena.
This is a closed one here as the second shot is no good as well. So, I mean, hey, Mead did her job, you know, held a poor free throw shooter to free throws as she's only 50% on the season as Mead is back in control here. She's directing traffic as she gets the ball to Sedano. Sedano to Taylor. 3 guards set up here for Coach Richardson as Taylor just splits the double team and gets straight to the rim.
And that's the aggressiveness that Coach Rich has been wanting from Tristan Taylor. She talks about it in the pressers post game. The 3 that she took previously, the drive there, that's the aggressiveness she wants.
Yeah, a much more focused Temple team here, getting points in the paint like it's no one else's business. And nice 17-9 lead here by Temple as Anua has this ball in the high post. Gets that ball out to Plata. Plata driving with Sanaya Craig. Now that ball's in the corner with Carstensen back out to Anua. Anua trying to spin around, shots wild and off. Almost a shot clock violation, but it will be collected by Jacobs. Now Taylor in control. Gets the ball to Mead. Mead working on Plata. She says, I'll ISO it, never mind. She gets it to Sanaya Craig. I'm sorry, Felicia Jacobs to Sanaya Craig. All the flights are connecting here right now for the Owls. The Temple Owls, I should say.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned there's 2 Owls going on here today.
This is the Owl versus Owl showdown. Who's here to protect the nest? I think right now Temple's got the lead, 19-9 with 35 seconds left in this first quarter. Now you have Moores, kicks that down low to Anua. More paint work, and that's going to be stripped and taken away. Everything going right for Temple as Sedano back on the fast break. Easy scoop layup. It has been a barrage the last half of this first quarter for Temple.
This team hated how they performed against South Florida, and they're coming out and they're showing.
Yeah, and that's going to be a deep 3 that touches nothing for Carstensen, and another walk of the floor for the FAU defense. Anoa will sit down as Walker will check in. So with 2.3 left in this first quarter, it's going to be pretty much a Hail Mary. They have the wrong Aaron Rodgers in the game, though. Actually, not even in the game. And the half-court shot is no good for Sedano, but a very good showing in this first quarter. 21-9. Temple leads after 10. Very good look so far in this. What have you liked so far this first quarter, Troy?
I mean, just everything is going right, and Temple is doing a fantastic job targeting the paint, getting down low, and trying to be aggressive, something that I thought that they were going to struggle with. And they're doing this. They're leading 21-9 with shooting 0 from 2 from deep. And really, that's kind of a surprise for me, as they're just able to beat the defense, split the players, and just get mostly to the left. I've seen like mostly 4 drives from Sedano, from Taylor, just getting down low, just chugging it up with the left, but it's all very controlled, and everything just seems very calculated. It seems like this team is really locked in after such a horrible loss last Tuesday, and they are ready for some AAC. Oh, no, not anymore. It's no longer AAC, but the American Tournament playoff. So they're ready. They're dialed in.
Yeah, dialed in as we have 3 quarters left in this one. Game 30 out of 30 comes back to you live on WHIP Sports Radio. We are back in the Leah Cora Center as Temple leads 21-9. Second quarter action getting ready to tip off shortly. And 17-2 run the back half of the first quarter for Temple. It has just looked all good. Left-hand layups, getting the ball to whoever's really open and just running right around this FAU defense. And this is a team, Temple, that suffered an 82-36 loss this past Tuesday. Clearly motivated from it, to USF I should say, clearly motivated from it as side inbound is taken by Plata, being guarded by Turner, who's back in the game. Usual suspect starters, oh, well, that's not true actually, because it's gonna be Ariana Moretti down low as well with Mead and Sedano for Temple. Plata trying to go quickly with Turner on her hip. Instead kicks it back out to Walker. Walker, top of the key, three, good.
Great find there for FAU, just what they needed to stop this bleeding.
Yeah, Walker's gonna be a problem if she gets hot. That's her second three-pointer, 2 for 2 on the day. Turner back in control here for Temple. She's gonna look, pick her dribble up, and then gets it poked away. Well, instead she gets it right back. Morris thought that she had something. Instead, Turner recollects what's hers. Mead fakes the three, gets into the body of Plata, bumping around, spinning around, still can't find anything. Sedano, pull up, midi is no good. And there is a whistle. I think it's just gonna be out of bounds as that's where the shot landed off Sedano's pull up mid-range.
That quarter timeout definitely helping FAU right now. They're coming out with more of aggressive defense, not letting things come too easy for Temple.
Yep, and as the little fake full court press is backed off by Temple. Walker back in control, dribbling around with Craig. Gets that ball to Carstensen. Carstensen using that pivot, gets that ball around to Moores. Moores trying to find something with it, and there's going to be a foul. It's either going to be on, I'll just let Carlos tell me, it's going to be on Sedano there. Fouls have been pretty good so far. I mean, a few trips to the free throw lines for each team, but nothing egregious.
No, it's not even that the refs are just letting things play. It's just been clean basketball so far.
Clean basketball, a lot of scoring on one side, and then pretty solid defense on the other for Temple. And that's going to be just a bad decision there. Sedano's going to run the break again. Hey, guess what? Left-hand lay.
There we go.
So if you haven't noticed from this game, all the kids listening, work on your left-hand layups because they are important there.
Yeah, it's kind of like that joke where you're playing one-on-ones, you get your first 2 free buckets going with your left, and then the defense decides to recognize that.
Yeah, except for the first 2, it's been the first about 8 or 9 buckets for Temple here. And that'll be a offensive foul. That's gonna be on Maddie Gewertz. I think they said that she lowered the shoulder there, and it'll go the other way as Mead is back in control here. Mead gets that ball to Moretti, freshman. Gets that ball back to Turner. Turner at the top of the key to Sanaya Craig. Craig back to Mead. Mead trying to get back to that left hand. Man, I feel like a broken record now. It's been the same action over and over. They've been switching that pick and roll to that left side and then right back up to the rim.
I mean, there's not much you can say. They're just dominating in that left side of the paint.
Hey, you know, LeBron James once said, run it till it stops. As Walker gets a scoop layup of her own going to the left side. I think that it's going to have to be a little zone defense eventually from FAU if they keep giving up these easy dribble drives as ball's deflected, back collected by Sanaya Craig, then stripped again. Craig gets it back. Turner, 3, no good, and Sanaya Craig skies for the rebound. Mead, top of the key 3, good. Everything's going right now for Temple.
Craig doing her best Dennis Rodman impression as she wears 91 for that man.
You're 100% on the right there, Troy. As they're going to turn this timeout by FAU into a media timeout. Temple has all the swag so far. 28-14, 7-11 left in the second quarter. We'll take a quick break and be right back. We are back here, 28-14. Temple leads, 7:11 left in the second quarter. And we just got a really good look at the action that Temple's been running. I'll let you explain it, Troy. Go ahead.
So, I mean, like, it's nothing crazy. It's honestly just Temple with good ball movement. The guard is going to come around and pick up the handoff from the big at the free throw line, comes around, the big tries to transition and cover the help guard coming down the left side, and it's just not there, and the guard is too quick to get to the hoop before the big for FAU is able to cover anything. So that left is just there almost every single time.
Yeah, and we've watched almost every guard on this team use it, as that ball is going to be picked off by Jalisa Molina. We've seen almost every guard do this. I mean, it's been Sedano, it's been Turner, it's been Taylor, it's been Mead. Every single one of them has been using the same thing, as Mead's back at the controls here.
I'm going to have to ask Coach Rich about that when we go to the presser, see what her reaction is, if that's something that she saw on the film.
Yeah, I mean, just been picking it apart here, as turnover by Temple. Ball kicked out there to Carstensen. That's going to be rim off. I don't know if Molina got a piece of that or what, but shot off, and then there's going to be a whistle, and I think they're going to allow substitutions here. Yes, they're going to have Tristan Taylor check in for Temple, and that will be Destine Jackson here for FAU. We'll set the floor for you a little bit. Jackson, Carstensen, Simmons, Rogers, and Gewurz for FAU, and then usual suspects for Temple starters in Turner, Molina, Curry, Taylor, and Craig, as Molina gets that ball tipped but collects it on the baseline. She's being guarded here. Kicks that back out by Turner. Turner, wing three, rims off. Rebound collected by Sanaya Craig. Back out to Turner. Turner hesitates, goes left. Oh my goodness, what a cross, but cannot finish the layup. And then rebound collected by Jackson. Jackson trying to go fast, but is checked up by, Savannah Curry. Almost said Stephen. Jackson all the way. She might have got away with a walk, but we won't call it. Easy scoop layup for Jackson.
Snai can only do so much. She's been dominating on the boards right now.
Yeah, sure has. Wow, little pass to Molina. Thought she had it, but tips it back out to Craig. Savannah thought about the three, will take it. Shots up, rims off, no good. Rebound, batted around, but will be collected by Jackson. Jackson in transition. Gonna swing that around to Micaiah Simmons for three, good. Don't let this FAU team get hot from deep yet. And that's exactly what Diane Richardson said. She said, nope, not gonna let that happen. We're gonna go talk about it. Timeout, Temple, 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. We'll do some scoring adjustments here. So far for the starters, 3 points for Turner, 2 for Molina, 4 for Curry, 2 for Taylor, and 4 for Craig. On the flip side, with who's in the game right now, Destiny Jackson, 4 points, 2 of those from the free throw line. Micaiah Simmons with 3 points. Aaron Rodgers, 4 points, 2 for 3 from the floor. And Gewurz so far has not found the scoreboard yet. Rebounding as well has been a very big thing for this Temple team. Offensive rebounds, they lead that 5-2. Defensive rebounds, 10-8. For those that are good at math, that means Temple has a 15-10 total rebound advantage. For me, who is not that good at math, I have a stat sheet to read it off of.
Now, you talked about the offensive rebounds. 5-2 Temple lead, but only 3 second chance points. So if Temple was able to really be opportunistic with those, this could be a much wider gap.
Yeah, and I think the remedy for that is just put that ball right back up, as that's exactly what Jalisa Molina tried, as she says, what's up to the band. On her dribble penetration, she gets fouled and will get 2 shots. As Gewurz is the guilty party on that one. I've been watching a lot of Law and Order. I'm sorry about the judge references here. Been locked into season 21. I'm sorry.
Is that SVU, or which one are we watching?
SVU right now. I think I might have to check out Organized Crime, though, as Molina doesn't get the first one to fall.
You'll probably like this. My mom's ringtone. The text is the da-dun from that, and then her ringtone is like the actual theme song. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome. Molina goes 1 for 2 from the line as a little full court press is deployed by Richardson's squad. Ball's gonna be picked up and then batted away as Rogers goes up strong and then commits a foul 93 feet from the other basket. Yeah, Rogers a little herky-jerky on the layup, doesn't get it to fall, and then goes right over the back of Molina. It won't be anything, just will be a normal baseline inbound, and then Rogers will have a seat there. That will be Rogers, I was gonna say second foul or third foul. I did not get a chance to see before the stat change, as Molina is at control. Oh, he's gonna take herself and then is tripped up. Molina's been on the wrong side of a lot of these calls the last few minutes.
Still smiling though. She's wanting to be aggressive.
Yeah, she knows what she's trying to do. She's trying to get into that rim. She's trying to get into the body of this FAU team, and it's worked out pretty well for both bigs, her and Sanaya Craig, as it'll be baseline inbound here. Ball whipped to the corner. Turner for three is good. Quick inbound play there, and Savannah Curry tried to do a little GTA, Grand Theft Auto, just could not get it, as Walker's back in control here for FAU. Gets that ball out to Simmons. Simmons top of the key being guarded by Molina. They're gonna switch off, and that's Turner now on her. Simmons, that's gonna be blocked, but fouled. Turner's got her hands up. I think that Molina got it clean.
I don't know, Jay.
They're gonna call it on Molina, but I thought that it was clean from up here.
We'll take a look.
We'll get a good look at it here. Interesting call. I don't know about that one, but that's what the refs say, and it'll be 2 shots here as Molina takes a seat. Jacobs is back in. What do you say?
I don't know. Let's see if it drops. I won't say anything.
Ball doesn't lie, I guess.
Here you go. Here you go, Jay.
We're gonna get another look at it here. Spin shot. You know, maybe on the elbow, but outside of that,
I think some elbows touched. I think that's what it was.
Maybe some elbow skin may have touched each other, but outside of that, it looked like a good block. But knocked down both free throws there by Simmons, 32-21 here with 4:19 left in this second quarter. Taylor back at the control. Turner, 3 ball, rims off, rebound collected by Craig. And it's gonna be batted away. Good hands there by Walker, and the out and running is Carstensen. Carstensen gets that ball to Simmons. Simmons being checked up by Craig.
1 for 4 from 3 is Turner.
Yeah, I know she wants to get back into the scoring column. Only 3 points last time out. She wants to have a better game herself. As that is Consenton back out to what I believe is Jackson. Cannot see with the hair. Yes, I am right. That is Jackson. Jackson is going to be called. Well, that's just going to be a shot clock violation. Team turnover there, and Temple will control. Very good defense so far by this Temple team.
Absolutely. I mean, you go out and you play South Florida, you give up 82 points, and then almost through a half, you only give up 21. That's a great turnaround for this Coach Rich team.
Yeah, and especially you finished that game with 36 points, and now you have 32, and you still have 3:20 left in the second quarter as Turner gets denied. That ball's kicked around. They want to kick ball, but they're not going to call it. Ball still with Temple. Sanaya Craig gets that ball deep to Jacobs. Jacobs' layup is no good. Rebound here by Jess Moores. Moores pushing pace. She's being chased by Sanaya Craig. Savannah Curry still trying to play spoiler in the passing lanes. Wow, a double dribble called. Jackson just got to the rim. Was about to have the easiest point blank layup, but it was called for the double dribble there.
That's gonna be the second double dribble of this game.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Second double dribble, as there's gonna be some confusion on who's sitting. It'll be Turner who will sit down for Sedano. Turner will go and take a seat. 6 points so far, 2 for 8 from the floor.
1 of 7 is Temple in the last little bit here, but no field goals for FAU in the past 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yep, just got to find a way to get back into that field goal sheet, as that's one way to do it. Get the ball to Sanaya Craig. A right-hand dime right to the palm of Craig, who goes right up and in. 34-21 Temple.
Can't place it more perfect.
Yeah, it's just a, one of those, gotta catch it, gotta finish it, and that's exactly what Craig does. As that'll be a pull-up 3 here. No good here. Simmons thought that she could try a little sidestep magic. Instead, it'll be a rebound for Temple. Savannah Curry gets to the lane. Oh, had the shot, just could not finish it, and then a foul there. That will be on Anua. There will be no free throws. This is only third foul here. Baseline inbound here for Rogers. Rogers bringing it up with those what looks like red shoes, red and black shoes. Mid-range up and no good. Rebound collected by Sedano. Curry wanted the rebound, but
same team, y'all.
Yeah, Sedano came and took it from her. Taylor being guarded by Jackson. Double screens here. I'm sorry, that's Simmons guarding her. That's gonna be Sedano trying to get down low. What a pass there by Sedano. Could not get the finish as Craig, but all the same is gonna be a foul called on Simmons and 2 shots at the line, as this is the 5th foul for Florida Atlantic. So it will be free throws regardless on the shooting foul, but the bonus has now been entered for Temple.
That was a tough foul, or a tough pass, maybe a little bit of a risky one, but when you're passing to a player like Sanaya Craig with such strong hands, you take that risk.
Yeah, just kind of throwing it through bodies is what it looks like as Sanaya Craig's first shot rims off. Sanaya Craig's had a season-high 22 points back against USF on January 20th. She's been playing pretty well, just both on the glass and in the score sheet, as this second shot is good for her. And this will be Drew Alexander checking in for Sanaya Craig now. So shooting on the floor, much smaller look here, but you can kind of live with that now as you are in the bonus and there's no true big out there for FAU. Rogers now in control. That's going to be switched off to Simmons. Simmons is calling out the play, guarded by Drew Alexander. Simmons decides to go to her right, kicks that back out. That's Walker from the corner. Rim up, around, and no good. Everything but the finish, as there will be an offensive rebound and layup there by Simmons. And one opportunity here for Simmons. Cleans up the Walker mess and makes some magic of her own.
I thought I was going to have a little bit of PTSD going for that 3-point shot in the corner. A little too close to what Kawhi Leonard did to my 76ers.
Yeah, that ball skied up off the rim and then rolled, but then came back off. It just so happened Simmons, this is the other thing about not having a big on the floor. Simmons collects the rebound, goes right back up with it. See if she can finish this 3-point play. As the Temple band will let her know about it, she will ignore them and finish the play anyway. As Turner is back in the game now. Turner and Taylor, and Curry are the starters in the game here, as the little backup run is done for Coach Richardson's team. Turner getting into her bag a little bit. Little bump on the mid-range. She just fakes it. Instead, it's going to go out to Alexander for 3. Good!
This team needs Drew Alexander to be doing that come tournament time.
Yep, and that's exactly what she does, as Rogers gets a spin but cannot get the finish. That's exactly what Alexander does, as Savannah Curry runs the break. Instead, we'll pull it back out, try to show the double team. Instead, it's going to just be one-on-one coverage. Here comes Taylor. Taylor being guarded by Plata. 38-24, 52 seconds left in the second quarter. Curry gets it down to Jacobs. Jacobs, the biggest person on the court, and cannot get the finish. Took Rogers to work, but got denied by SEPTA. I know all about that. Gets that ball to Rogers. Rogers now in the lane, guarded by Jacobs. Keeping that pivot so rooted into the floor, and Plaza's gonna try and get a layup. Is fouled on the wild layup attempt by Taylor. FAU trying to cut into this 14-point lead that Temple's holding. 33.2 seconds left in the second quarter.
Getting a little bit more scrappy here into the second.
It is.
It started out quite clean, but now we're starting to see not necessarily tensions rise, but trying to press just a little bit more.
Yeah, this has been a 10-point quarter so far by Temple, but an explosion offensively a little bit by FAU. Still the same score, but FAU trying to find a little bit of rhythm here on the scoreboard. A lot of it came from the free throw line. Temple just want to get some more baskets to fall and lock back in offensively. Plata takes a dribble at the free throw line. Shot is up, rims off. Out of all the shots and all the fouls that have been called, that's the one where we can say ball doesn't lie. And I think that one was actually a foul.
That one was absolutely a foul. She was kind of hacked on that one.
Yeah, just got the arm of her as she tumbled out of bounds. Second shot is no good as well. Wow, Plata misses both. Plata, a 76% free throw shooter and does not get either of her shots to fall here, as Taylor's going to milk clock, being guarded by Moores at the top of the key. Back around to Jacobs. Jacobs going to pick up her dribble back to Taylor. Taylor redirecting traffic. Drew Alexander, another three. Rims around and off. Rebound collected by Walker. They're going to try and go. Here goes, wow, a desperation heave by Plata. She had time on the clock as Taylor fires a baseball to the band. Doesn't hit anybody. Just an interesting end to that half, but Temple will hold their 14-point lead, 38-24 into half. Troy, so far, what are your thoughts on this one?
So we're seeing a little bit of a different offensive method here for Temple. They did a lot of that, not necessarily pick and roll, but that handoff in that first quarter into the second quarter. But they moved away from that and gotten out of the paint, trying to get some shots up from deep, and they've been quite successful. Kayla Turner getting back into that. Drew Alexander hitting one from the top of the key. So 3-point, having to be able to transition mid-game, mid-quarter has been good for this Temple team, not doing the same thing, and maybe they'll come out doing what they did earlier on, but Temple doing a really good job, trying not to get spoiled and going to the tournament with a 2-game win streak. And I just got to say, touch on that last possession there offensively for FAU. 3 seconds left and you're chucking up a hook shot. That was from the deep wing. Like, that was a little interesting, but I would say FAU not doing a terrible job overall.
Yeah, well, 38-24 at the half. Temple leads halfway through game 30 out of 30 here at Liacouras Center before the American Conference Tournament. We'll be back. 20 more minutes left in this one on WHIP Sports Radio. 40 minutes left in this one as the clock ticks to end halftime. They are swagging and surfing across the Liacouras Center. I am Jay Johnson, joined with Troy Arcelin. Troy, you've had some stats that you were looking at beforehand, so I'll toss this over to you here.
I'm just looking through some stuff. I was bored during halftime, so I'm flipping through the game notes, looking at some trends. Temple, when they are leading at halftime this season, are 11-3. And then when you go over to the FAU side of things, when they're trailing at halftime, they are 4-13. So it's going to be difficult for FAU to get out of this one, as the stats are not in their favor this season.
Yep, and Temple's going to look to keep up this tempo they've been playing with. I mean, outside of that 4-0 spurt that FAU started the game off with, has been all Temple throughout the first 2 quarters, as Savannah Curry's going to inbound this ball to Tristan Taylor. 38-24, Temple still leads. Jaleesa Molina at the controls here, getting up to Sanaya Craig. Craig to Taylor, Taylor to Curry. Curry in the corner. Let's see what happens. She's going to get that ball to Molina. Instead, it's going to be overthrown and then picked off there by Jackson. Jackson's going to start the first half. Didn't start the second half, excuse me. Did not start the first half, but it'll be Jackson, Simmons, Plata, Rogers, and Walker here for FAU. A lot of that might be because of foul trouble. It might also just be to keep pace with what Temple's been running. Rogers now in the wing. Rogers trying to get into the body by the much bigger Sanaya Craig. So Sanaya Craig's going to get called for the trip. And she did get that leg out, did stop the penetration of Rogers, but so far defensively, Temple's been playing well, locking all windows and doors.
Absolutely. They're continuing to make things difficult. I'm not going to nitpick on any more fouls today. I'll just let it breathe.
Yeah. We'll nitpick on fouls when they become a concern. But so far, so good. It's been a pretty clean game for the Temple Owls, as that is Simmons who cannot get her wild layup attempt to go. 5-on-3 here. Turner's going to push. Instead, it's going to be a Savannah Curry. Thought about a 3, steps in, makes the shot easier, and knocks it down. That's the old Draymond Green. If I'm not confident, should I shoot it? She didn't like the 3. She took 2 steps in and knocks it down.
That's fair. I mean, if she was gonna miss that one, I think Coach Rich was gonna be a little bit upset, but can't be upset by a mid-range there at the American logo.
You know, you can't shoot a transition 3, as that ball will go out of bounds for FAU. Can't shoot a transition 3 as much as they do it in every other facet of basketball. But Savannah Curry said, you know what? Let me not get the reprimand. Let me step in and make this an easier shot. 40-24 with 8:35 left in this third quarter. Turner will get the ball, gets it down to Sanaya Craig, who's going to hand it off to Curry, who's going to get it to Molina, who's going to give it back to Taylor, who's going to get it down low to Sanaya Craig. Little spin move there, up and good over Walker. Sanaya Craig, 7 points, 4 rebounds, putting together a nice game for herself as they extend this lead up to 18, largest lead that Temple's had all game. Gets that ball to Jackson. Jackson's going to stop, pull it back out, get it to Rogers. Rogers splits the double team and then can't get the layup to fall. Wow, was all just her and her thoughts, and somehow, some way, still missed it. Did get fouled there by Molina, though.
Had 3 around her and still had a way to put the ball up. Does get fouled. A nice job working the paint down low and not able to get a good shot up, so you just take what you can and hope for the foul, and she did a good job of that. Now, going to Sanaya Craig, you mentioned she's up to 9 points now, 4 rebounds. She didn't make a bucket last game against South Florida. One of the 2 starters, her and Jaleesa Molina, had 0, and now she's put herself back up on the board.
Yep, and as Rogers knocks down that first free throw, Molina was putting together a solid game, but does have 3 fouls now, so she will have a seat, and it will be Jacobs in for her. So starters and Jacobs so far for Temple, as Rogers' second shot is up and good. 42-26 here. Temple still holds. 7:58 left in this third quarter, as Taylor's going to slow this thing down. Says, we are not in any hurry. Gets this ball to Curry. Curry to Craig, and Craig back to Turner. They're going to set 2 screens for her. She's not going to use either of them. Gets that ball poked, but it will stay with Temple. There we see the screen. So back in that first quarter, Temple's running a lot of motion with no screens. It was just get the low man up high and then go to that rim. Instead now they're using the screens here, using that contact, and see what they can get. As they get that ball to Jacobs, who used that touch to get the layup to fall.
Yeah, it's a nice halftime adjustment for Coach Rich, switching to that
As that shot will go over the top there by Carstensen. Yeah, and you know, sometimes what you want to do is, I'm going to use a little football reference. For those that know that, stay with me. If not, I'll break it down even more. But West Coast offense, everything looks the same, but you do different things out of it. That's exactly what you're seeing here by Temple. It's all the same look, but they're going to show you different things with the action. No pick and rolls there off the off-ball screen, but here comes Jacobs at the top. Back down to Sanaya Craig, who has a smaller Rogers on her. Gets that out to Taylor for three. Good. And that's how it hurts you. You have the motion, and then you have to collapse on the bigger Craig, and what does that mean? That means Taylor gets a wide open three that she drains, as FAU is in desperation mode here, needs something to fall and can't get that, as that is Moore's layup that goes no good. Taylor back up to Turner. Turner wasn't looking, but still caught that. Amazing as he pulls up into a mid-range shot, rims off. Rebound collected by no other than Sanaya Craig, who can't get her other shot to go, as Savannah Curry gets another rebound. Can't get that to fall, but was fouled.
This Temple team dominating down low, and you talked about it in the during the half. You said Felicia Jacobs with a quiet 5 rebounds. She's up to 7 now. She's not the team's top rebounder. That goes to Craig and Molina, but she's coming in doing a fantastic job down low.
Yep, as long as you can do your job, that's all that matters here. Sometimes you do a little bit more, as Curry knocks down her first free throw, and FAU will take a timeout. That will be a media timeout, as Coach Leanne Freeland for FAU wants to talk it over and get the squad back locked in. So we'll take the break with them. We'll be back. 48-26, Temple leads on WHIP Sports Radio. We are back here with one more shot for Savannah Curry, who was fouled on a putback attempt. One more shot. Temple still up 22 with 6:42 left in this third quarter. Curry, no dribble, no routine, just up and good. Extend this lead to 23 here, as it is gotta go mode for FAU if they want to exit their season with something to be proud of. I mean, they will be playing most likely on Tuesday for the conference, but want to have something good to talk about on that flight there and the flight home. As it's Carstensen that gets that down, gets that back around. That's Rogers. Wow, great hands by Taylor.
Fantastic job on the defensive end. Not doing a lot offensively is Taylor. She does have 5 points, but has been slow as of late. But she's picking things up on the defensive end, knocks that one out of bounds.
Yeah, it was a great recovery there. It was pretty much a point-blank layup, and she runs in and just knocks that ball out of bounds, keeps points off the board there. And that will be 5 seconds. You don't see that often.
Oh, man. They took a few seconds down at the other end to inbound, but on the out of bounds, they just couldn't find anything open whatsoever.
And you know, sometimes you make the joke like they don't call 5 seconds anymore because the refs don't count. They get the ball inbounds. But hey, that ref on the baseline was counting and said, get that ball inbound. They didn't. It'll be a turnover, and that will be a travel on the other end. So we'll trade turnovers here on either end and walk it back down for FAU. As there will be substitutions here. Plata will take a seat as Simmons will check in for her. So far with the squad that's on the floor, the only players that have scored are going to be Simmons and Rogers. Still waiting for Gewurz, Moores, and Carstensen to find the scoreboard. Maybe there it is. That ball didn't even have a chance to get to the rim. Just off the backboard and no good. Drew Alexander going all the way. She's going to slow it down, find someone wide open. That's Taylor for 3. Good! Tristan Taylor coming alive from behind the arc there. That's 2 threes for her, 2 for 4 on the day.
Now a 10-0 run for Temple in the past 2 minutes.
Has just opened up this lead so far as that shot is no good there by Simmons. 52-26, Temple leads. Savannah Curry going back to work in the low post, little step through. They teach that every single day. Right there, just gets that pivot foot rooted, then goes the other way, steps through, good. 54-26 Temple.
Sanaya Craig, the biggest fan in this arena for her teammate, cheering from the bench.
And that's gonna be another 3 here by FAU. Simmons can't get it to go, but collects her own rebound. She's gonna go right over Turner, can't get that one to fall. That's gonna be Gewurz. They're all fighting for the rebound, and it's gonna be a jump ball. Believe that's still gonna, no, it's gonna be a timeout instead. I believe that ball's still gonna stick with FAU. This will be a media timeout. So we're gonna take that timeout as well with them. 2 timeouts, did not expect that coming, but Temple up 54-26, 4:58 in this 3rd quarter. We'll be right back on WHIP Sports Radio. We are back here as Temple leads by 28, 54-26, 4:58 left in this 3rd quarter. I am Jay Johnson, joined with Troy Arslan on color commentary. It's been all Temple this entire game. Outside of the initial push by FAU, it has just been Temple streaking and sliding to a almost 30-point lead as there was a held ball, and it will be FAU baseline inbound out of the media timeout. And it is desperation mode. So what does FAU need to do to just make this even considerable going into the 4th quarter?
I mean, they've been trying to be aggressive, but you got to be opportunistic. Just take what you can get. And they've had some nice looks down low in the paint, and you just need to see it go in. So they need to just be able to get a nice play here and just start rolling and play some tight defense.
Yep, and speaking of tight defense, Felicia Jacobs comes in and knocks the ball right back out of bounds, as it'll be another baseline inbound for FAU. Set the floor, still same team for FAU. It's going to be Carstensen, Moore, Simmons, Rogers, Inga Wirtz, as they will get that ball in to Moores. Moores being guarded by Sedano, who's now in the game. That's going to be Drew Alexander as well, as a three's up and no good. Carstensen still has not found the scoreboard so far. 0 for 4 on the day. And that ball went out of bounds and will stick with FAU. Believe that could not be collected by Temple and went back out of bounds. So 20 seconds left on the shot clock, 4:47 left on the game clock in this third quarter. As Simmons is going to be guarded by Craig. She's going to half spin. She's going to keep that pivot foot rooted. It's going to be kicked out. That's Gerwitz. Gerwitz back out to Simmons. Pull up mid-range shot, up, no good. Rebounded by Taylor. Great defense for almost, more than half a minute there by this Temple team. And that's going to be a turnover. Just Drew Alexander out of control, going out of bounds, just throw it away. And there goes Carstensen. That's going to be deflected. Picked back up by Gerwitz. Gerwitz gets that out to Moores. Moores for three. No good. Sedano out and running. Just cannot buy a bucket if you're FAU.
At some point, you got to chalk it up to a little bit of luck, missing all these shots. Like there's some good looks here.
Yeah.
There's good looks for FAU, and just absolutely nothing is falling. Almost 4-minute drought.
Yeah, it has been just good looks. And they're playing good defense. There's another turnover by FAU. Out and running. Moores gets that all the way across. Got to give us one. Never mind. Thought about it. That's the Simmons for three. All there. And the band will let her know about it, as that one doesn't touch anything. And it's just been all Temple. Nothing has really gone the FAU way, Just has not been able to get the three ball going. They are 3 for 13 from deep. Temple not much better, 5 for 12, but it's also just been the points in the paint. Temple's been dominating in every other facet of the game so far.
Yeah, and something else working against FAU right now. Temple's 9-5 following a loss this season, so they do a great job of turning the tables, just flipping the script and really getting back to work after a loss. So this is showing here today once again.
Yeah, there's really good response here by Diane Richardson's team, as they're going to run right back to that left-hand layup. They said, we try to run some different things, but instead we're going to go back to what was working earlier, the bread and butter.
So last Thursday it was almost a 30-point lead in the win for Temple men's, and now it's a 30-point lead here in the third for the women.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to see, getting out at the right moment, as that'll be a foul on, we'll wait to see, it's either Moretti or Alexander. It'll be on Moretti, and that'll be Jackson at the line to shoot two. No bonus or anything like that, only third team foul so far for Temple.
All right.
Destiny
454 drought for FAU.
Let's see what they can do with it. Shots up. Good.
They end it.
There you go. It was a 14-0 run over the last 4.5 minutes. And finally can end that, put that to rest. Let's see if it'll spark something for FAU, as the second shot's no good. Tried not to jinx her. I tried my hardest. I did a good job, I think. As Alexander is back in control, gets that ball down to Moretti. Oh, Moretti just loses it. And it'll be Gerwitz out and running. She's going to slow it back down, gets it to Destiny Jackson. Jackson stops, goes back up, cuts the engine off, puts it back on, just cannot get to her destination. Rebound collected by Moretti.
Beautiful move, just kind of out of control, finishing at the rim.
Yep, and that's been the story of FAU. They've been getting good looks. They're even going back to that Rogers open layup, as that shot's up and no good by Sedano. And that will be out of bounds, but will be FAU ball. They've gotten good looks, as you said, and it just has not been able to fall. They've done a lot well, FAU has, but defensively, the lapses in that first half have just been too much, and now in the second half can't really get going with 2:30 left in this third quarter. 56-27 Temple leads, as this will be Walker inbounding. Rogers gets this ball across the timeline, guarded by Molina, who's back in the game now. Shot up, little post fade hook goes good. As Molina and Turner have joined the game, Rogers trying to get something going here for this FAU team. 56-29 here. As Sedano gets all the way to the rim again. It's almost just like you blink and you miss it. Just right back up to the backboard goes Sedano, Taylor, Turner, Curry, whichever guard you want to give the ball to. As it's a dime to the corner, shot up and good. Finally, there it is for Carstensen. Grace Carstensen was 0 for 4 beforehand, finally got something to fall. The corner three goes down.
That's what they need, and Sedano.
Yeah, Sedano answered it right back. Wow, so Carstensen finally ends her personal drought. They finally get a three to fall, and it doesn't even matter because Sedano answers it right back with a three of her own. My goodness.
Couldn't even get a word off.
61-32, a minute 20 left, and that ball's batted, but will stay wow, I can't speak. FAU ball, baseline inbound for them, just bounced off Molina's leg.
Now, almost through the third quarter, Tempo has nearly doubled their scoring total from the game against South Florida.
Yep.
With just 36 last Tuesday.
Yeah, a much more focused Temple team here, and it's very easy in a 30-game season to kind of lose yourselves, and Temple's had a lot of tests this year as that shot is off and will be collected by Turner, who scrambles with it. Drew Alexander for corner three, rims off, ball kicked around, and it'll be a 3-on-1 fast break. Turner's gonna do her best to play defense here. Gets back, that's gonna be a Walker for three. I think that ball was batted. Instead, it's gonna be a rebound, and Turner collected it. Alexander in transition. She's gonna try and get up to the rim. She was fouled.
Easy call there.
Yeah, but as I was saying, you know, this Temple team's been tested so far a lot this season, and even going back to Tuesday's loss, really good response here today.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what you got to expect from Diane Richardson. You see her on the sideline. You see how fired up she gets. You see her in the press conferences and just how upset she can be. Even when the team is winning, she has something that she wants the team to improve on. She always finds a way to nitpick, not necessarily in a bad way, but just wants the excellence from her squad. So you see that through how they bounce back. And I think this is going to go quite far when they go into the tournament play, which you're going to be heading down to Bama for.
I will be. I got to still pack, though, as Drew Alexander's first shot is good. And this is what this is all about, getting your team ready for a trip. Sometimes you take a flight like that, you're going to go play in a tournament. A lot of new players to this team. You want everybody to be on the same page. And here's where it starts, as Alexander's shot is up and good, goes 2 for 2 from the line. And there will be a substitution here. That will be a Noah coming in for, that is Simmons. Simmons will go have a seat. Good minutes for her, as this is a 63-32 game. 47 seconds left in this third quarter. Walker is going to try and go quickly, guarded by Alexander. Orange shoes with that red uniforms that FAU is wearing, and they're going to call a foul on Chloe Miller, who is now in the game. First minutes for her in this one. Chloe Miller, the freshman, she's going to get called for a foul.
Good to see her out there. She got some playing time in non-conference play, kind of settled down after that. It's been more Merity and Jacobs, but Chloe Miller, a good piece for this Temple team going down the line.
Yeah, 6 foot plus herself. There's a lot of length that we thought that they would have needed, and it seems that now Diane Richardson will deploy her as Walker back at the controls here. She's going to get that ball to Carstensen. Three ball, no good. Rebound collected by Merity. Oh, Merity's going to want to run with it. She's going to think about it instead. Probably the better decision, and then she's going to throw it away. Not the better decision here, as here goes Goers. Goers getting into the body of Merity. Passes up to Walker and is fouled. You know, I like the idea that Merity had, where she pulled it back out, didn't cross the timeline yet, said, let me find someone that can handle this ball better than I can. And she's having a conversation with Turner about it now, but then just threw a pretty poor pass there that got picked off by Carstensen.
Not necessarily a point guard for this team,
No.
but yeah, maybe the ball handling wasn't all too bad. Maybe the pass is kind of where it went a little awry.
As Walker will shoot the first free throw, knock it down. to make this a 30-point game. 8 seconds left in the third quarter, excuse me. So Temple will have 8 seconds to work with after this shot goes up and good.
Are we going to be able to get a Chris Paul cuts the lead?
we just might, as Walker will go have a seat. She has 9 points on the day, has done her part so far coming off the bench. As Turner, 3 seconds, 2, 1, pull up mid-range shot, good! To end the quarter, to cap off a great third quarter for this Temple team. A pull-up mid-range shot rolls around and falls for Kayla Turner.
Most hyped up I've heard you today.
It's a 30-point lead. I gotta get someone to look at the phone, you know?
Absolutely. Might have to clip that one and post it.
I don't know if we're supposed to get a 30-point lead, but a good output here by this Temple team. I probably yelled that. The entire arena heard that. I apologize. Wow, but a 30-point lead here by Temple going into the fourth quarter. It's been all Temple so far. We'll be right back on WHIP Sports Radio. We are back, 10 minutes left in this game. It has been all Temple, 65-34 left in this one, as Chloe Miller will be the one to inbound to Brianna Mead. And this is just way of life minutes for everybody involved, as it would be a very, very, very big comeback for FAU if they were to be on the right side of the scoreboard for this one. Chloe Miller, step back, mid-range shot, up and no good.
Nice look for Chloe Miller. Couldn't get it to go.
Everybody on the bench popped up when Chloe Miller pulled up with that step back, and foul on Kayla Turner, but she's looking around like, wow, really? Was it on me? I don't think I touched her.
I kind of do.
You do?
I kind of do. I think it was close, but I think she kind of hooked her just a little bit.
She got her, so it'll be side inbound here and then it's gonna be a travel anyway, so.
We've had like 3 travels today, 2 double dribbles, a 5-second penalty, a shot clock violation. I mean, just like shots in the foot for everybody.
And Coach Freeland is not thrilled about that. This is not how she wants to see her team go into conference tournament play, as Moretti is kind of stuck in the middle of the lane here. She's going to get it back out to Mead. Mead gets the switch on Anoa, who hasn't really played much since that first quarter. And she's going to lose it, and that's going to be picked up by Carstensen. Anoa, who's not really a dribbler herself, she's going to get that around to Gowertz. Gowertz down to Moores. Moores in the corner, back out to the wing now. She's going to go. up to the lane, shots up and good.
No, I stand corrected on that previous play. That was definitely not a foul.
Not a foul?
Like, she just kind of tripped. It looked like Turner pulled the chair a little bit.
Pulled the chair, exactly, yep. But either way, it did go in Temple's favor, who turned it right back over, but Turner's gonna take it herself. Ooh, cannot get the finish. She went all the way to the little jelly, just couldn't get it to fall.
She wanted that foul bad.
Yep, Chloe Miller, that'll be a foul though.
Yeah, that's gonna be third for Chloe Miller with just a few minutes in this game.
Yeah, and she's gonna have a seat is my guess. No, she's gonna stay in the game. Melina's gonna come in from already there.
Coach Richard wants to get her some PT, I guess.
Yeah.
That makes, I mean, it totally makes sense.
Last regular season game, you don't really know what your future looks like going down into Birmingham. So let's have some fun here with the players that don't really see some time. Shot is up, and that will go through. It looks like it's going to be a change regardless, as there are some people tapping the table.
Quite a few.
Yeah. They're going to hold them all for a little bit as this second shot from Morris is up and good. Now they'll come in. It'll be Taylor, Sedano, and Curry all coming in. It'll be Alexander, Turner, and me sitting. So even still, Chloe Miller's still on the floor.
Yeah, with 3 personals, I mean, like,
why not?
Hey, you got so much rotation right now. You're up nearly 30. There's no point. Just get her some game experience, because she can definitely be a piece for this team.
Yes, only a freshman too, has a lot of potential as she turns the ball over there. But that's okay. It was a little high of a pass for Taylor. Swung a little too hard, could not connect on that one. As it'll be another sub. Gewurz will check in for Noah, who has not really had the game that she wanted as well. But
second leading scorer for the team, not able to even touch the box score in the points column.
Yeah, as Rogers is working on the freshman Miller, who that shot's off, and here goes Sedano. Sedano gets that to Curry. Curry going baseline, gets that all the way to Sedano, who's going out of bounds and turns that over. Here goes Rogers. Rogers guarded by Miller. Miller gets that ball down to Carstensen. Carstensen up over Taylor, and that's no good. Curry in control now. Curry getting doubled, and it's going to get back out to Taylor, who says, let's slow it down again. Taylor being guarded here by Gewurz. Waiting for everything to move. Gets the switches that they want. That's going to be Melina being guarded by Rogers. Rogers gets up to Sedano. Sedano for 3. Good. You know, we talked about it. I'll let you finish it.
Yeah, it was announced at the break. The 3 here from the corner, but we were talking about it, and it was announced that Sanaya Craig was the player of the game. 9 points, 5 boards, 4 assists. Sanaya Craig, player of the game. However, we were looking at it, and Sedano, she had 13 points, 13 minutes, and she just makes it 16 right now with that 3, as Melina's going to have a nice save.
Yeah, and that's going to be up and good by Miller, as everybody on the bench gets up as she finishes the foul. And one opportunity, Sanaya Craig almost at the A, as excited as she was to see the freshman go up over the top and finish that layup.
That's something I love about this team. They cheer each other on. They get so excited for each other, and not a single senior on this team. So if Coach Rich can retain some players, it's going to be some fantastic chemistry for next season.
Yeah. As Miller's shot is up and good. She finishes a 3-point play. I was afforded the opportunity to check into practice this past Thursday, and as much as a team that had a very bad showing on the scoreboard last time out, as this 3's up and good there by Simmons. I'm sorry, that's Jackson. I mean, it's still same vibes, you know. They were having fun. They were finding ways to still finish. There's still some things they were cleaning up in practice as it's practice, but still found a way to smile, cheer, high fives all around. And this is just a fun team to watch, to grow throughout this season as they get ready for this tournament. Melina now down into the painted area. Layup, no good. And it will be a foul. I think they're going to get over the back on Miller. And I think her time is done now.
I think so. Maybe if she stayed in for a little longer, got another foul, that would probably be the quickest I've seen a player get a foul out. Maybe Babatunde. No, it was Elijah Gray last year.
Wow.
He was he was impressive at getting some fouls sometimes, but
as the shot is up and good there by Carstensen.
No hate to Elijah Gray. I thought he was a good player, just had some foul troubles.
You know, sometimes that's just what happens in college, is that you just, you know, you play a little rougher than the refs like.
Yeah, he was aggressive, and I love that from a college hooper.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it there, as the shot by Sanaya Craig's off, but then collected again. Back down to Sanaya Craig. She's going to be met with a host of FAU Owls and is fouled. I want to go back to Chloe Miller checking out. First person to congratulate her, two-hand high five, Coach Richardson. Loved everything she was doing there. Very engaged offensively and defensively. Maybe too engaged defensively, but still what you wanted to see from the freshman coming off the bench, getting rotational minutes. It's all about staying engaged at this point in the year. It's March.
Despite this huge win, I still expect Coach Rich to have something to say.
Oh, yeah.
About maybe Chloe Miller, maybe talking about the fouls going into this game. We got 3 players with 3+ fouls, so I'm interested to see, because Coach Rich will definitely give players the flowers, but she always has something to say.
Yeah, for sure. You know, nothing's ever perfect, and she knows what this team is capable of, as this first shot for Savannah Curry on the free throw is up and good. But this is also what you want, this team playing together, and they've done that so far. And FAU, again, I want to mention, they have not played poorly. 46 points. They had a good start to this game. Just has gotten away from them so far. Could not find any type of solution. And that's going to be a pick. That's picked off there, but it's going to stay with FAU. Sedano felt like she got fouled after getting the steal in this full court press. Full court press up almost 30 points. Wow, you really never see it.
Ain't no rest for the wicked, Diane Richardson says, making this team work no matter what.
Yeah, and they are going to work, and I believe they're going to change this to immediate timeout, so we'll take it with them. The last one of this game, potentially, we'll have to see. But 73-46, 5:34 left in this fourth quarter. American Conference tournament on the horizon. We'll be back after the short break. We are back with 5:34 left in this game. Troy has himself a little souvenir as Temple is, well, I don't even know what word to use, just has blown the doors off the hinges here. Up 73-46 over FAU, as Destiny Jackson's gonna get a layup to fall with the foul.
I was bored during that little timeout. They were doing the T-shirt toss. I just ran right down. Cheerleader came right over to the corner, tossed me a T-shirt.
Yeah.
But I'm very disappointed in myself. It went straight through the hands.
And you know that's all right because you recovered it. You know.
I did recover it. I'm the one calling these games. I'm not the one on the floor.
Right.
I'm not the one on the field. So
Right.
I guess I got to get a break. But
As the three-point play is finished by Destiny Jackson. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's going to go 0 for 1 in the completion for the cheerleader. You know, it's not going to be on you.
yeah.
You do have the target, but it's okay. We'll let you live for that one.
I appreciate that.
There you go. As Sedano, another three. If she would have made that one.
Give me the heat check.
Yeah. I mean, 16 points in 16 minutes. You might as well try it, right?
Absolutely. I mean, doing well from three. Just might as well just chuck one up.
In this game, and you know, I think Coach Richardson, you're seeing this full court crowd. They're actually going to walk the floor now. But
in the bonus.
They're in the bonus, so they were going to set up the full court press. But I think that's what you want to see from this team, even if they have the two starters out, which are Craig and Melina. You want to stay engaged. You don't want to just sit there, okay, we're up 30 points. Let's just, you know, have fun with this game. No, you want to work on the same things that you were working on the first quarter, and that's exactly what this Temple team is.
Absolutely. And going back to that three from Sedano, I mean, you say you don't want to take a shot in game that you don't take in practice, but at this point, you can kind of call this a little bit of practice. So maybe just take a shot that you might necessarily not take. So maybe going down the line, you feel a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, as Rogers knocks down her first free throw. I don't know what the band said, but they got Melina to laugh a little bit. They're just having fun out there. If they're Temple, they're just having a good time. Rogers, couple dribbles, shots up, and no good. Wow.
I mean, you got to have a little fun at this point. It's mostly just cardio out there.
It sure is. As Rogers, 9 points, 3 for 10 on the day. I know that she would have a better output on the game, as that'll be a foul there on Melina, who will get a chance to shoot too. Yeah, you're right. This is pretty much now practice. You want to work on the things, and both of these teams are going to be playing come Tuesday. So you want to work on the things you're going to be running, even if it's with rotation players, even if it's with people that don't really get the brunt of the minutes, as Melina's first shot is up and good. You just want to have something that you can go home, look at the film, and say, hey, we did this well.
So, I mean, most of the starters out here for Temple, and a lot of the top bench players out for Temple as well. So, I mean, like this, they're not taking any rest. Yes, you want Tristan Taylor and Kayla Turner to take a seat, have a little bit of rest, because they're the big pieces for this team. But maybe Melina and Sanaya need to stay out there, because you do have that little bit of extra depth with Jacobs and Merity behind them.
Yep. And I also like the idea of keeping Drew Alexander there, because we know shooting comes in waves. And if you can get hot at the right moment, that's someone that comes off the bench, hits 3 threes or something like that in the tournament, changes everything for your team there. So Rogers' first shot is no good, front rimmed and off. Has not been a great scoring day. 14 for 21 from the line. That's just 14 for 21 from the line. This is not a great game here from the free throw line.
No, a stat that is really, really awesome to see for Temple is the 33 bench points. They've struggled in a game recently. They had maybe 9 points off the bench, and then the following game they had 24. So it's fantastic to see them get into a little bit more of a rhythm with their bench players.
Yep, as Meade will step into a three, and that one falls too. Is it raining in Philadelphia?
It has been this past weekend and throughout the last week.
And that water's moving inside as this Temple team is knocking everything down, as Melina forces Rogers to a bad shot and collects it herself. She's going to push the pace, little point forward action going, all the way to the rim, and gets blocked. But Sanaya Craig's there to clean it up. No matter what, someone's here to help you.
I'm not sure if you've looked at the stats, and don't check now, but what's the rebounds looking like, do you think, for this Temple team?
You want the number, or you want the differential?
The number.
They have to have at least, they were at 15 at halftime. They've got to have at least 25. Am I close?
I'll set the line at 32.5.
It's got to be higher.
They're at 40.
My goodness.
Let's say 40. 44-27.
Wow.
Yeah, 11 of them offensive.
And 33 defensive, showing you just how, I mean, this FAU team has not shot the ball well. 15 for 51 from the floor, with 29 for 58 from Temple. That's 50% for all the math majors out there. As that shot is off by Rogers, who shot the last 3 or 4 shots and has not found the bottom of the net for any of them. Meade's gonna stop, pop it for a 3. Rims off. Everybody on the bench was up for that one. They're just gonna try and get Plaza going. Plaza up to the rim and good. 79-53, 3:45 left in this fourth quarter. Meade's gonna hand this one off to Alexander. Alexander gets that ball to Jacobs. Now the only starter left on the floor is Molina after Craig took her exit. And that's a turnover here, and here comes Gewurz. Gewurz left and right. Gonna try and bump Molina. That's not a good decision.
Yeah, quickly turned around, felt the defensive presence, and said, "No, I'm gonna take that out top of the key."
Pass that ball and set a screen. That's sometimes what you need to do. Balls on the floor, players on the floor, and that is gonna be a jump ball,
yep.
I believe. Yes, that will be. So Sedano got on the floor with, I'm trying to see a number there. That's Moores. Got on the floor with Moores and forced the jump. That'll be baseline inbound for FAU. They're going to see if they can get this inbound here. Again, just do something well. Have not played a poor game if you're FAU. Just shots did not fall. As they're going to play a little ring around the rosy here again, as their shot is up and good by Plata.
Fantastic hook shot there for Plata.
Yeah, it looked very reminiscent of what the action that Temple was running earlier in this game, as Meade gets this ball in the wing. She's going to get this ball now to Drew Alexander, screened by Molina. Steps into the 3. Alexander's shot, no good. Rebound collected there.
Meade had her eyes on that basket from deep.
Yeah. Oh, she wanted it. I think everybody now, all the guards here are just like, they want to let it fly. And that's going to be Gewurz for 3. Rims off.
I wouldn't be surprised if Jacobs tries to pop a 3 sometime here soon.
Yep. I think everybody's going to get one. It's 2:25 left in this fourth quarter. Gonna run the action. Meade's gonna get this ball down to Sedano. Hottest hand in the gym so far. Leading scorer for both teams. Gets that ball to Meade. Corner 3. I feel like a broken record again. Corner 3 falls, and they are loving it on the Temple bench, on the floor, everywhere you look. It has been lights out for Temple. 82-55. 2 minutes left in this fourth.
2 bench players, double-digit figures in scoring so far.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to see. Get the bench going, get the shots falling, and go from there. Having a pass there, and it'll be Rogers working on Molina. Almost loses it, gets it back. Step back 3, blocked. Step back mid-range, I'm sorry, it's still blocked. As Meade will control. 90 seconds left in this one, and that's a bad pass by Alexander. Taken by Gewurz, who's gonna try and go herself instead. Almost double dribbled there.
Would have been the 3rd.
3 for Carthenson, no good. Yeah, that would have been the 3rd double dribble there. Somehow kept her hand on the top of that ball, as Meade will be in control here for Temple. Meade being guarded by Plata. Gonna get that ball down low. Now's a really good time for FAU to figure out how to stop wow, smoke the layup, my goodness. Morris.
Jacobs at the other end was holding her nose, called for a sub.
Yeah. Wow, I mean, Moore's got all the way to the lane there as Drew Alexander's fouled. Got all the way to the rim and just missed it. That was interesting. It was her and 2 other Owls, FAU Owls to be exact, and just didn't work out for her. As Rogers will have his seat for Simmons. I believe Jacobs is okay, and Alexander is at the free throw line to shoot 2.
So Temple got beat 82-36 last game.
Yep.
They went ahead and put up more than that in the following matchup. So they clearly did not like what they put out on the court on Tuesday.
Yeah, get that bad taste out their mouths. The second shot is up and good by Alexander. 49 seconds, 84-55. Temple holds. And now, like I said, way of life minutes here for both Owls, Temple and FAU. This is going to be Simmons gets that ball to Carstensen. I don't know how she didn't double or travel there. That looks very awkward.
Oh, man.
Yeah, as that three is up and no good by Morris. Rebound collected there by Carstensen, as that's going to be a up fake, step through shot blocked by Jacobs. Man, and the Temple bench again, you can hear them from the other side of the floor. Every time something happens, they are up and cheering. It is mainly led by Sanaya Craig, Kayla Turner. First one's up off the bench.
Man, this game has been something else.
It sure has. All bench players besides Molina, who's going to be the anchor there defensively. They're going to put that shot up. Foul called. I think they're going to get Jacobs for it on Moores. And yep, that's exactly who it's going to be. And yeah, you're right. Jacobs has been holding her. I don't know if that's her eye or nose. Something on her face has been bothering her the last couple trips down.
Mm-hmm. She was all the way back there when you were talking about a poorly missed shot.
Yeah.
And she was over there, and then she called Merity to try to sub in, but she was all right to stay in the game.
Yeah, she'll finish this one. 15 seconds left in this game as the first shot is off there by Moores. Has not been a great shooting day at all for FAU. 28% from the floor as that shot falls. 29% from three. 6 for 21 to be exact. And 65% from the line. So a lot that Coach Freeland's going to want to work on, as this ball will get dribbled out. And Temple will end their regular season with a win over FAU to move to 8-11. Troy, a great game here by Temple. What did you like from both teams? But more importantly, Temple, as they get ready for conference tournament action.
I mean, for me, for Temple, what they did so well was just change up what they're doing throughout this game. They started out doing a really, really good job just moving things around, having the big man at the top of the key down to the free throw line and giving that little shovel handoff and going around for the easy layup for the guard. And then they transitioned to a little bit more of a fast-paced offense, trying to shoot from deep. And then going into the second half, they went into more so the pick and roll, the screen was going around, and they just moved things around, kept things fresh. And I thought that shows a lot about their preparation and just how much they wanted to change things from their previous matchup.
Yeah, and that's exactly how you do it. They get that poor taste out of their mouths with a win today over FAU. Tournament action coming Tuesday afternoon, where Temple will be taking on Tulane or some other team that will end up being the 10 seed in the conference tournament. But right here at Liacouras Center, Temple ends their regular season with a win. I am Jay Johnson here with Troy Arslan on WHIP Sports Radio. Thank you all for listening, and enjoy the rest of your day.